Teachers, Wayshowers, Guides, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Galactic Federation, Council of Light, Elementals, Fae, Mary Magdalene, beings assigned to our team for our highest, holiest, heavenliest, most divine, godly good, protectors, divine messengers, and all benevolent beings of light. What do we need to know about this? The matrix maze is shifting, and your map is internal. Heed higher wisdom as more is being revealed. I heard the wheat and the chaff. Welcome in, Galactic Golden Nuggies. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's the vibe? I also just heard get grounded. You're feeling another shift, a massive shift. You may be feeling quite a bit of anxiety or feeling off. You could be questioning your spiritual gifts. You could be questioning your path at this time. This is why Spirit is, you're feeling the reinvention of this realm yet again. You're feeling another shift. But welcome in, Galactic Golden Ohana. Yes, feeling off as fuck. I'm feeling it. I arose this grand rising and I was like, ooh, no, something is going on. Something is weird. And I've seen quite a few individuals. Some of you may be noticing this. There are individuals within the spiritual community that are questioning their spiritual path. And then there are individuals within the spiritual community that are stuck in a certain cycle of psychosis. I will let you know there are certain individuals that have been planted in each and every industry. Whether it's the spiritual community, religion, business, music, Hollywood. There are certain individuals that have been implanted or that have left themselves open as an open vessel to be puppeteered by certain entities in order to mislead and misdirect those that are seeking outside of self. This is where your internal map and your divine connections to your spirit guides and the Most High are coming into play. Because the things that you are going to be feeling is off, you need to really seek out internal guidance from your higher self, as well as the divine and the Most High. Because there are, like I said, there are individuals that have been placed or that are being puppeteered in order to really make you question what it is you've been guided to do. And question the steps you've been guided to take into whatever field you've been guided to move into. And this is a lot about understanding the way that your internal perception, your internal dialogue really, thank you, Kat, your internal dialogue really shifts your reality. And there are a lot of individuals, again, if you've been feeling off, if you've been questioning your path and your destiny, there are certain gatekeepers, there are certain, I won't even say gatekeepers, there are certain elite individuals that are praying that you lose sight of why you came here. Lose sight on where your soul map is leading you. And that you may be seeking a lot of information outside of self where Spirit is saying, go within. The weeds are being pulled from the garden right now. The wheat and the chaff are being separated, or being sorted through. So the shift that you're feeling and the way that this realm is shifting, the way that this realm is changing, the way that the maze is changing, is blocking those in and removing those that were put in certain positions that were not adding to the advancement of this realm, that wanted to push or perpetuate a certain lower vibrational agenda, or that were doing things just for monetary means. So I just heard, this is also about certain cycles that you may have not acknowledged that you were in, to where you're being broken out of them. Interesting. This live just started off very interesting. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But they said, for those of you this is for, you will understand it completely with what you're seeing. With those that you were no longer resonating with individuals you were no longer desiring to connect to, with jobs that are no longer fulfilling, you're being broken out of certain cycles that are no longer a part of your soul contract. You've completed out cycles and now your reality is changing. Things are changing based on your energy, and individuals are being removed out of certain positions they've been planted in, or been being used as a puppet to perpetuate or continuate certain cycles that are not for the highest vibrational good of those that they were energetically connecting with. Oh my God, that card just fell behind the desk. I'm not entirely sure what it was. Let me look. It fell upside down. I need to get it. Hold on a second. Let me move my water. I feel like this might be easy to retrieve. Hold on, y'all. Oh my God. That was a struggle. I got my little amethyst and whatnot in my pocket. Mercury mind. Mine just fell behind the desk. Clarification, Spirit. They said those that have made their mind up are being left behind. This is the card that just flew behind the desk. Being left behind. Those that made their mind up, they're stuck mentally in a certain cycle. They're stuck mentally in a certain reality. And there are others that are in connection with these individuals that are not being left behind. So there are massive detachments from certain people, positions, and environments that are being left behind. And yes, this is Thoth. Thoth is on this card. And the effort it just took for me to get that card lets me know that no, you're not being guided to put in any effort into certain cycles that have been closed out or certain individuals you're being guided to disconnect from. We got love. Could even be some partnerships that are closing out. Again, this is a new level. And with how they're showing me, it's literally like if you guys have ever seen the Maze Runner, how it continuously shifts, how it continuously changes, and the individuals in that maze have to be strategic. It's like they're tapping into their intuition and discernment on how to move within that maze. That's what we're being guided to do. Abundance. Again, individuals only doing things for money are being removed from your experience, your reality. A lot of is being upheaved right now. They said in every area. And again, with the fact that my nose is itching, you could be receiving a lot of downloads at this point, but somebody is being very nosy about the moves you're being guided to take and why you've disconnected from certain individuals, people, places, things, why you may have recently just left a job, why you're no longer keeping up with them on social media. And again, with these, instead of calling them industry plants, we're calling them entity plants. Because I'm going to use the spiritual community as a example. Not everybody in the spiritual community, but you know that certain individuals that are perpetuating certain toxic cycles, those are the individuals that are no longer, for abundance, that are no longer being recognized as a leader. So it's like, if you keep seeing videos pop up on your For You page, or somebody keeps saying this toxic ex is your twin flame, the person that beat you and abused you and cheated on you with your sibling, or cheated on you with a friend and humiliated you and slandered your name, that's your twin flame and they're coming home. You're not going to see those videos pop up anymore. Your reality has completely changed. The way you think has become what you now experience. And this is exactly why the divine is saying, heed your inner wisdom. Because there are certain things that are going to attempt to pop up in your reality where you're going to need to go within to see if that's really the message for what you signed up for pertaining your soul contract. It seems like there are these entity plants. Their main purpose is to get you in a cycle to where you're not walking in your destiny. Whether they're doing this consciously or subconsciously. But these individuals that were out here doing certain things, relaying certain messages, or maintaining certain positions in order to obtain prosperity are being eradicated, are being removed. So it looks like their stability is taking a hit. And this is how the maze is shifting. You're going to see the individuals that are actually being of service, being guided to do more self-care, while individuals being selfish are being revealed as that. You may even be seeing posts of individuals being like, I got rich off TikTok, or I got rich off YouTube. And that is speaking volumes of where their mentality is at. Where you're going to see these individuals no longer posting about the type of abundance they're making with what they're doing because of the financial hits they're taking. While you're coming up and being guided to move in silence because you weren't doing it for the monetary means. You weren't doing it for the recognition. You were doing it for the advancement of humanity. And not only the advancement of humanity, but the progression of your soul contract and where it was meant to lead you. And I was just using the spiritual community as an example because, for another example, the music industry. I did speak on the type of shenanigans that individuals would be attempting to pull to gain energy, to get attention to gain energy. And we're seeing these individuals have a crash out, basically. We're seeing these individuals attempting to gain traction by manipulating others' perception of them, but it is backfiring with how they are being perceived. And this is about you. Yeah, many are telling on each other. Many are telling on themselves. And you're being guided to look at what is happening and see it for what it is, while you're being guided to trust your inner compass. Because a lot of these elite individuals that specialize in mental manipulation were attempting to keep the collective in a cycle of continuating a spiritual war that has ended. These individuals are already going through the backlash and the consequences of their actions, while you're being guided to use your mind wisely, to really be focused in and honed in on your next level, your manifestations, your reality, because again, your perception is everything. Your perception becomes your reality. Your inner compass is guiding you to intaking information that is of your highest good right now. Because what you see, what you hear, your subconscious will download and you will inevitably manifest. Exactly, the curtain has fallen. So again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But you're definitely going to see how the Most High and how the Divine has sorted through the individuals that are not progressing, not in their own soul contracts, and not those that are in energetic alignment to them. You're also going to see certain corporations and companies take massive hits because of the outdated, the outdated strongholds with I Will Leo energy. The outdated strongholds that they were attempting to maintain in order to obtain abundance. Individuals that were under this type of stronghold and refusing to acknowledge it and take the steps necessary to release themselves from it, and individuals attempting to incite this enslavement and these strongholds for monetary means are going to be addressed accordingly by the Divine. While you're going to be further elevating financially in the way that you have been spiritually. I need to stop saying but like, I'm sorry, the energy is just really intense. Because this is a massive shift that I feel like I know intuitively we all picked up on, but we didn't anticipate the extent of energy that would be coming through with this shift. And how many the stocks are falling? I'm not surprised. Another reason why these tariffs have come into place, because the stocks that it's another stronghold these individuals are attempting to capitalize off of as elites. With these tariffs in place, the stocks are falling, and these stocks will be purchased by billionaires and millionaires that when things go back to normal, they can capitalize off of. So they're attempting to obtain these stocks in what is perceived as a crisis so that they can further maintain prosperity off the stocks that they have purchased. So this is just another tactic. Don't be bamboozled by it, but also don't succumb to fear of what is being put in place by these officials exactly in order to manipulate their circumstances. It's still not going to work, but I best believe that they're trying. We got Sagittarius, I see, and healing. You're seeing the world heal. And through this healing, the infection is being exposed. Through this healing, you're seeing individuals be ripped out of positions that they were attempting to maintain for abundance. Further attempting to push a certain agenda that they could capitalize off of, and that is being seen as a virus in itself. That is being seen as a sickness. Stability. Stabilizing a new timeline as we speak. So again, you're going to see a lot of individuals that were gaining a lot of traction in certain areas and industries fall right the fuck off. While you are elevating, and this may be more than you expected or anticipated with how generous the divine is about to be. But it's because your heart is in the right place. Some of you are about to receive a house. Some of you are about to receive a lot of recognition. Some of you, you've been praying about an ailment that you've been struggling with, that it's going to look as though it had healed overnight. And again, this is where the divine wants your focus with genius here. This is where the divine wants your focus. On being in a healed state physically. On being in a financially free, limitless, expansive state of existing. Again, your soul contract is based on the moves that you are divinely guided to make. For each and every step has already been ordered, has already been predicted. And it's up to you to follow the path that has been laid before you and not get lost on the way. And those that were attempting to put you in a position to be lost are being removed from these positions where they were capitalizing off of you, continuating certain cycles. Again, for example, within the spiritual community, perpetuating the certain notion that a toxic individual is your twin flame, while gaining recognition off of the messages that you are relaying, is abusing your position. Because each and every one of us know, damn good and well, that a toxic individual that had that went out of their way to cause that much hurt, harm, and injury and initiate that type of betrayal is not somebody that holds unconditional love, and that is what a divine counterpart is. An unconditionally loving connection. So individuals still perpetuating that certain notion is pushing a certain agenda in order to maintain individuals in a certain cycle to capitalize off of that cycle because of the type of views they're getting and the monetary means they're making off the views they're receiving and the readings that they are booking based off of other individuals' vulnerability. This is not just in the spiritual community, this is in every industry, this is worldwide. Hollywood, music industry, corporations, CEOs, managers, supervisors, anybody that has been capitalizing off of vulnerable individuals that knew very well that the directions that they were giving were manipulative and were keeping individuals in an illusion so that they could continuously obtain monetary means or obtain recognition, are being demoted. They are being removed from those that have chosen to move forward. Those that are in their north node and looking towards the steps needed to take in order to step into their north node. Which is where you come in handy. I won't say you come in handy, but this is where you come in. With the knowledge and the wisdom that you have gained and how your energy is assisting with the advancement of this planet, as well as the ascension that others may be experiencing to where they're getting enveloped in these cycles. They're getting drawn in. They're getting, they're succumbing to the illusion. Where any individual that has even attempted to book with me about a twin flame, I do not do readings on other individuals. When you book a reading with me, we are addressing what is keeping you from your highest vibrational alignment. What needs to be addressed pertaining you, your higher self, and your divine connections. My readings are never, yes, I do. Somebody just asked, do you refuse any readings? Yes, I do. I always listen to my divine team. I always listen to the Most High because it's not about the money, it's about you. That is my purpose here. To make sure each and every one of you that feels as though you want a little extra guidance, you have been guided to me, receive the guidance you need to move forward. So if you ever come to me about another person, I'm sorry, but I will be guided to refuse that reading because it should always be about you, your purpose here, What's keeping you from your highest vibrational alignment? What's keeping you from seeing you? What's keeping you from really acknowledging your inner compass and where it is trying to take you? And the reason I bring this up is, again, before you come to any reader, I want you to sit in meditation. I want you to ask the Most High for guidance. I want you to ask your higher self for guidance. This is another reason why I have been put in this position as a messenger, and I come to give these messages, because it's to help you see yourself clearly. It is to help you see your purpose clearly. Not to make you see yourself as something that would be profitable to me. That's not my job here. That's the devil's work. Greed, gluttony, pride, vanity. I do this because I want to see the world advance. I want to see each and every one of you recognize what you have been up against and be able to transmute it, alchemize it into something beautiful, into something creative, into art, into purpose. And this is the reason why the divine has had me give this message, because you're seeing this clearly, or you're about to where certain information you may have been listening to, or certain methods you were trying to incorporate that another individual may have relayed to you. This is what you need to do to be this successful, because we're going to get into manifestation coaches as well. It's not what your soul signed up to do, and that's why it's not working for you. With these manifestation coaches, again, I talked about this on TikTok. You got these individuals out here, or these influencers, being like, yeah, if you do this, you can live life like me. You can manifest like me. If you do all this work, if you eat like this, if you think like this, if you read all these books, you can be like me. You can have everything that I have. That's their soul contract. That is their truth. It's not yours. You're seeing what is your truth and what is not, and that is your soul contract. Because certain methods that work for other individuals you're not supposed to follow step by step the same methods as they are. That is their truth. That is their soul calling. It's not yours. Our soul contracts are unique. Our experiences are meant to be unique. Even though we resonate and we have, even though we resonate and we have very similar experiences, we came here uniquely with a very specific soul map to live a specific, unique experience to us. So with these manifestation coaches or these influencers saying, these are individuals, again, capitalizing off of your vulnerability, telling you if you go out and you get all these books, if you think like this, if you script every day for 365 days, if you sleep with this under your pillow, if you get rose quartz and amethyst, or a carnelian, you'll attract a divine counterpart. That's not how it works. That is keeping you in a cycle. That is putting you in a position to where you are not seeking within the information necessary to move forward. Because again, somebody else's practices are not yours. They're not meant to be. You're not meant to be the same as everybody else. You're not supposed to have the same results that others have had off of following their soul's calling. So even though they may be manifestation coaches, influencers, they may have good intentions, some of them. Their step-by-step methods aren't going to work for you because you weren't meant to follow in the steps of these individuals. You weren't meant to be like them. You were meant to be inspired. There are things that resonate where you are meant to take into account how those resonate and incorporate them accordingly to your soul's contract. And this is where a lot of individuals end up getting tripped up and then falling into doubt and despair, because their manifestations aren't coming through. The relationship they manifested wasn't what they thought it would be, or they didn't manifest a relationship at all, or they incorporated spiritual practices and then had to address their inner shadow, and it brought up a lot of things they weren't ready to acknowledge. This journey isn't for everybody. Like, this is the path of the straight and narrow. But again, you're not meant to traverse this path of the straight and narrow like everybody else, or God would have had us walking in a line. We are walking hand in hand, side by side. This isn't follow the leader. This is recognizing you are a leader. This is your own life. This is your soul contract. And there is advice that we can give you to help you understand what certain circumstances and situations were leading you into. But we are not meant to completely walk you through your purpose here, your life here. And this is what you're seeing being taken out of this realm, is individuals that, again, were capitalizing off of others' vulnerabilities in order to obtain and maintain monetary means or recognition. While you're stepping into a position with what you have known and the understanding that you have to lovingly be of service and guide and lead and receive a profit as a prophet. It's input and output. What you receive, you give back. Whether you give back in monetary means, you give back in wisdom, or you give back in unconditional love. Virgo, I analyze. Now, we do have a practitioner out here that really felt like they were going to keep you in a illusionary battle with them because they knew they had already lost. And I'm feeling as though these are hermit mode energy. Hermit can signify wisdom and knowledge. This lets me know these are individuals that have a lot of knowledge of you, as well as the abilities that you hold and what you are capable of bringing into this realm. These are individuals that wanted you to continuously manifest being in a position to where you perceive them as being worthy of your time and energy, which means you were giving them power by acknowledging them in this way. I see that you've been doing your return of intent in entities while harnessing this energy and alchemizing this energy to shift in new timelines. And I want to tell you, you are being applauded and you are doing a great job. These individuals can't gain your attention for the life of them, and that is what is driving them mad, is the fact that their ego has let in an entity or the entity of pride, and that the pride has led them to their destruction. Again, yes, we fight spiritual battles. This is why we incarnated here as part of the evolutionary process, but we weren't meant to maintain certain cycles that have already closed out. These are also individuals that are being demoted and stripped from this realm, or having their abilities stripped to where they can no longer target the individuals, the chosen that they were obsessed with. These individuals have lost everything trying to take everything from you. You're starving them out. You're starving them, exactly. Who said that, Laura? Exactly. You're starving them off this earth, out of this realm. These individuals' gifts are not working, and they're not meant to. After coming up against you, these gifts were adhered to you for your progress and advancement in this realm. You're free from the cycle that you thought you were entrapped in, realizing that your mind was the key to the door that would lead you out of the reality that these individuals were attempting to maintain in order to North Node life's purpose, in order to keep you focused on them and not your purpose, not where you were going. They wanted you, again, yes, being present is hello, Thelma. Hello, welcome in. Again, these individuals wanted to keep you in a certain position to where your focus would be on them and not on where the present moment was taking you. And like I said, yes, the present moment is important, but it's also about interconnecting your present and your future while listening to the discernment, the wisdom that has been gifted to you about what individuals are actually guiding lights and what individuals are distractions. And a lot of these practitioners did not recognize it. Yes, they were opposition, but they were also distractions if you continued to maintain certain cycles to where you felt as though you were at war with them. Your energy goes far beyond, your power goes far beyond any one of these individuals that are in their South Node. Any individuals that worked with these individuals as friends that are connected to them energetically that have also been placed in their South Node. You are no longer at war. You're being guided to rest and self-care for the next level, for the next evolution. That's the shift going on, is positions being opened for you to take that you were divinely, ordained to take. I had a protein shake before this, so I do apologize. Positions that it had been prophesized that you would walk into. You have broken through, your ancestral team, your divine team, and the Most High have broken through the binding that was attempting to limit your perception and your thinking, your perception of your reality and your position. It's not just about your thinking, but it's limiting you to the experience you were having with these individuals, thinking that that's all it was going to be and that's what you were born to do. And yes, it was. But this was not the cycle that you were meant to remain in, of just continuously experiencing warfare and not elevating physically, which means your finances unbound, you're limitless, your relationships unbound, Your house is unbound. But it's all about what you are intaking at this level and what you are allowing to be a part of your new reality, your new program. Are you going to continuously listen to certain music? Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Kat. And thank you, Laura, for sewing into me. I really do appreciate it infinitely. And know that you are receiving it back in all the ways that God has ordained and deemed necessary for the level that you have aligned to. Seriously, thank you. And that is 1010, completion. So it's at this new level, what are you going to allow? Because again, you're being leveled up. You, excuse me, you have leveled up energetically. But it's about what you are incorporating within this energy as your reality shifts to align with the energy that you're in. So, for example, if you are continuously watching readings that are like, your karmic family is doing this and they're throwing black magic at you and they hate you and they're demonizing you and slandering you and blah, 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 blah. Are they doing that? Probably. Yes. Is that a part of the reality that you're in? That's completely up to you. If you want to continuate that cycle of these individuals slandering you, throwing black magic at you, just being a mess. Or are you intaking information that's like the cycle has closed out, you have received justice, you are in a new high vibrational timeline, you are abundant, you are successful, you are the first generational millionaire? Like, what are you feeding your consciousness? What are you feeding your reality? What seeds are you planting in this new level? Because those seeds will bloom very quickly, especially with your energy watering them. So be aware of what you are intaking at this level. Again, are they attacking? Yeah, they are. Should you stay up on your spiritual hygiene? Yes. It's a lifestyle. It's not a one-night type of thing. But should you be concerned about these individuals to where you're spending all of your time intaking information about what they're up to? No. The injustices you faced were for your evolution. It was for your advancement. You signed up for this before you came to Earth for the type of impact it would have on your spirit. The type of release that your spirit would go through with facing this type of opposition, this type of adversity, this type of understanding of the energy and the entities that resided in this realm. But were you meant to continuously maintain these cycles within certain levels in your soul contract? No. I mean, new levels, new devils, yes. And we will get into certain energies that divine would like you to understand so that you can incorporate that energy proactively and productively. To where if you're being directed certain, like death magic, you can incorporate that and transmute that into new births in your life, new beginnings in your life. If you feel like your finances were being bound, you're transmuting and alchemizing that energy into a financial windfall. You finding money out of nowhere. Things like that. Where this is where Spirit's saying the shift is occurring. And again, the individuals that were perpetuating certain cycles and continuating them within all industries worldwide are being, ended. And I apologize. I'm going through throat chakra upgrades right now. So bear with me. I know a lot of us may be going through a lot of upgrades and ascension symptoms as we are further integrating new energy and activating or going through an amplification period for new experiences. An entirely new experience. An entirely new reality. Thank you, Lynette. And we love you too. The fur babies and I love you too. I love each and every one of you. And I am so very proud of you. Because it took a lot to break through any cycle. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. And it's a broken water pipe. So there's a lot of emotions going on right now. Again, stay grounded. Stay grounded, stay level. And remember who you are and why you came here. Because as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by that ad. Is individuals would love to keep you in certain cycles in order to continually monetarily gain off of your vulnerability. And you're being guided to seek this wisdom from within that you would normally reach from without to obtain. Go to the Most High first and foremost. Speak with your spirit guides and your team, first and foremost, and trust where you're going. Trust your journey. Trust yourself and trust your gifts. Because we got the Aquarius energy, I know, and 8th house endings and beginnings. You already know that there's an ending occurring, but it comes with a beginning that is something you've never experienced, because it's time within your soul contract for you to experience the new. The new that comes with the new energy that you've stepped into. We got the truth. You know the truth. Trust it. This is exactly trusting in the Most High. Trusting in your divine team. Trusting in your spirit, your higher self. Because you're going to see a lot of individuals getting very desperate to regain traction in these areas. Whether it's in the music industry, in Hollywood, in politics, in the spiritual community, in supervisor and manager positions where they're trying to click up and, you know, have individuals side with them because they're under a lot of fire right now. Some of you may have supervisors and managers, possibly even landlords, going through massive issues to where they're no longer being sided with. Some of you may have supervisors or managers getting fired because of the way that individuals are no longer connecting with their dramatics. The drama that once brought individuals together is now the drama that is getting them fired. The drama that is now removing them from that position. They would click up. If you have a supervisor and a manager that would do this, they would click up and they would get everybody on their side in order to be safe in that position. The more individuals they had in this clique, the more individuals that looked up to them in these positions, the more power they felt like they had in order to maintain these positions and control those who were seeing them in a certain light. So some of you are going to have managers and supervisors be released from these positions because individuals are finally seeing the darkness that inhabits them. Individuals are no longer drawn to drama or gossip. Individuals are no longer afraid of these individuals that were abusing their authoritative position, but instead speaking out. So again, it's in every field, every industry. It is worldwide. And you're going to be leveled up. Some of you are about to become a manager or a supervisor. And you're not with the shits. You're not here to make anybody feel less than in order to make yourself feel better. You're not here to feed off others' vulnerabilities in order to capitalize off of it. Exactly. The Most High is the new management. There's a new sheriff in town. You're going to see individuals that were pushing a certain agenda like promiscuity or greed, gluttony, vanity. All lose traction. Individuals, we'll get into the influencers. Influencers or models that were using their appearance in order to continually obtain and maintain monetary means while pushing certain, I have to put it like this, while pushing a certain narrative that they were something other than what they are. Because there are a lot of influencers and models that have been doing very corrupted, promiscuous things in order to have the lifestyle that they do. And then saying, this is how I got that lifestyle. And I know some of you have seen those models that have been flown out to Dubai to, or those influencers that have been flown out to Dubai that are receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars to do some very questionable acts. And then portraying themselves on social media as, if you want to be like me, you invest in this sales business, or invest in selling from Amazon, or things like that. Or buy this self-help book or this manifestation book and you can be just like me, you can live a life like this. So you're going to see individuals that were representing a falsified lifestyle or pushing a certain lifestyle in order to continuously solidify these positions. We gotta get into it. I'm sorry, but y'all gotta ride the wave with me, because this is what's changing. Not only solidify these positions, but manipulate individuals into pouring into them in order for them to maintain these positions. So it's not only receiving off of corrupted side hustles or corrupted things they were doing behind the scenes, but it's also pushing a certain agenda in order to mislead and misguide those who were looking up to them, who were seeing them as an inspiration, who were seeing them as something that they wanted to become. And this is another reason why you're being guided to seek within, why you're being guided to trust your journey, and why you're being told you're not like anybody else. You're not supposed to want to be like anybody else. Too many individuals push a certain lifestyle and are like, if you want to be like me, but you shouldn't want to be like them. You should want to see what comes with your soul contract and the type of ancestral inheritance, as above, so below, that opens up to you with you traversing your own life's purpose, with you loving everything about you, about your purpose, about why you were placed here. I won't say loving, but acknowledging and holding gratitude for what made you you and what you signed up for before this life. So you're going to see these false stars, these false idols fall from grace. This is also about politicians pushing the agenda, the fear agenda, pushing chaos, trying to ensue certain emotional reactive responses from what they're doing. And again, it's to capitalize. It's to get you to basically panic invest, or to do things that would put you in a cycle of suffering, that would put you in a cycle of perceiving your reality as though it is limited from a financial windfall. These corrupted individuals within these positions, politicians, presidents, the government, all of them that have been pushing in certain, I want to tread lightly. Yeah, poverty gain, exactly. Pushing a certain perception off onto you for how you should see or how you should react to their antics in order to keep you financially beneath them, or see yourself as maintaining a cycle of being financially beneath them because of their antics is being broken. And these individuals are being revealed for what they are, so that you're no longer seeing the agenda that they're attempting to push or their antics in order to incite fear or chaos as reputable or credible. So whatever antics they try and push that are meant to evoke fear, you're seeing right through them, or you're about to, where you're like, I'm not going to react to this. I'm not going to let this be my reality, because I know that I'm worth more. I know that I came here for more. And this is not what you're about to push into my experience in order to maintain for yourself. So again, trust yourself. Trust your inner map. Fortune increase. And trust what has been conveyed to you. You're going through, like I said, financial windfalls. You are a rich spirit. You're meant to exceed the financial limitations that others wanted to place on you, that others wanted you to perceive yourself as being limited to. Sensing. And you got these individuals with sensing sideways. These individuals, all of them are sensing the change. So again, you may be feeling anxiety. You may be feeling a lot going on. It is, I can't make this shit up, the reinvention. I just shuffled. You're sensing their panic and their partnerships failing and falling while yours coming together. You have energetically, exactly, yes, you've energetically bossed up. And now any individual that, again, they keep addressing this, any individual, any entity, any organization, corporation, society, network that was pushing a certain agenda of false idols, false inspirations, false kings, false queens, all of these individuals that were capitalizing off of fear, the vulnerability of others, the anguish of others, the desperation of others, or the unawakening, the unawakened or the unassuming of others. Individuals that weren't seeing clearly are the ones being exposed and removed. A lot of baby light workers were getting caught up in these cycles to where they're finally seeing, this is not what I want my life to be. This is not who I want to be with. This is not where I want life to lead me. And you're being the guiding light to, I remember when I was caught up in that cycle. I remember when I was misguided. I remember when I thought that this was what I wanted. And now I'm here to relay what experience I had to hopefully give you some type of resonance with my experience to help you fully see your own. But you deserve better. You will have better. Follow where you're meant to go. A lot of change is happening right now. They said, as above, so below. Ooh, destiny! Nobody can change your destiny, but with your destiny, there are massive changes happening. Exactly, you got nothing to lose, so pray. Always go to the divine on everything that maybe it may seem off to you. And this is the divine and the Most High saying, we got you. We read your soul. The Most High made your soul contract, your soul map. So you best know that the Most High knows what needs to change in your reality, what steps you should take, and who you should not be listening to, and who you should. What you should incorporate, what resonates, what you should incorporate, and what you should abandon. And this is about trusting that, even if it's hard. There are a lot of things that we end up allowing because of how it makes us feel. I know when you listen to these readings where it's like your karmic familial unit is getting their ass handed to you, they getting molly whooped, they getting molly whopped, they're getting hit with judgment. But if you're listening to back readings about your karmic familial unit getting judgment, you already know that's what's playing out, and now you're just seeking out a feeling. Now you're just seeking out the validation of vengeance that you may still have in your heart. This is about letting go of the old and moving forward, knowing that that cycle's been closed out, knowing that where you're going, these individuals have received their judgment, but it's about what does their judgment lead you to? With you already knowing they've received judgment, with you overcoming these cycles from the past, it's like what now? You got to let it go. You can't keep intaking that information and maintaining that cycle to where you were sitting in the feeling state of the past. You were relying on outside. I gotta say it like this, even though there are sometimes I will deliver these messages, but you are relying on an outside individual's validation of your emotional state and what you desire, because it is no longer seeking information or seeking verification to the intuitive feelings that you are getting, but now it is about you want to feel validated for the individuals receiving karma that hurt you. So you are seeking out a way to revel in others' hurt, others' pain, others that caused you pain. And you want to continuate that feeling every time you listen to these messages of this is what they're going through, so that you can go, yeah, that's exactly what you deserve. Instead of looking towards, I know that the vindication has hit, but what do I need to be doing right now? Where should I focus? What do I want to experience in this life? Do I just want to sit here going, yeah, that's what you get for hurting me? Or do I want to live life? Do I want to accomplish big things here? Do I want to inspire the world? Do I want to change the world? Or do I want to focus on the hurt? Do I want to focus on the past? And it's not just this, even listening to music that puts you in a certain feeling state. Certain artists perpetuating a certain agenda in order to keep you in that feeling state of, the spirit of malice. Keeping you in the spirit of malice, keeping you in depression, keeping you in anger, putting you in a lustful energy. Like, be aware of what you are ingesting into your spirit at this time, because those are the seeds you're planting and your energy is watering them. And this is what Spirit is having us acknowledge with these changes. We just recently went through a massive shift to where Spirit is saying, sow good seeds. Everything else is handled, sow good seeds. What you desire is being divinely advocated for, but it's completely up to you, the trajectory of your life and what it is, whether or not you are following the soul map guidance on your soul contract. Messages. So heed these divine, they just say heed these divine messages. Heed your higher wisdom. It will always guide you correctly. And don't stay stuck in what should be closed. Don't stay stuck in something that you don't want. We got owning. Owning and communication. This is Spirit saying, anything that you communicate, anything that you speak over your existence, you will own. So be aware of not placing unnecessary karma on your plate by being like, hey, you get what you deserve. Or again, intaking certain messages, certain vibrations and energy that manifest in your reality. That is you energetically speaking over your existence what you want to have, what you want to integrate into this new level. Wow, this message is deep. This message is heavier because this is literally the divine saying, I'm ripping everything out of your reality that does not fit your soul contract. But it's up to you whether or not you reintegrate it. And if you reintegrate it, you will have a similar experience to the one that you were meant to be removed from. While those that are perpetuating a certain agenda, that are pushing a certain narrative, that are keeping those that should be moving forward in a certain cycle for their own monetary means being stripped, they're being removed. Their vibration will speak for itself. Anybody that attempts to tune into these certain energies, whether they're on TV, they're on movies, they're in music videos, they're on the radio, or they're on your YouTube, they're not going to resonate. They're going to feel weird to you. Your spirit is going to reject this. And this is hundreds of thousands of individuals realizing that certain individuals were only continuing a certain narrative for their own agenda. And that they are not being of service. They are not messengers. These are entity plants. Industry entity plants. And you're breaking out of any cycle that certain individuals were leading in order to come up off your vulnerability, off of your emotional attachment to something. As a divine revolutionary leader, what I mean by your emotional attachment to something is, again, you may be tuning into music that reminds you of certain individuals from your past. Therefore, you are feeding your energy to the past. You could be watching movies that make you sad because you watch them with a certain individual. Or you could be watching movies that remind you of a certain individual or a certain experience. You're being guided to release everything that was keeping you in these past situations, connected to these past individuals, even when it pertains to certain messages about the spiritual warfare that you were under, or that you are under. Because again, you have the power to overcome. You wouldn't be put in these positions if you were not. So listening to things that make you feel helpless, that evoke fear, that evoke paranoia, that's what needs to be released. You got to acknowledge how powerful you are, how powerful God made you. Then that anything directed towards you, what is it being directed towards, and how can you alchemize it for your highest vibrational good? Instead of being stuck in a state of fear or aggravation at the warfare you signed up for before you came here, look at it as, what can I learn from this? How can I use this exactly to further tap into my highest potential? How can I alchemize this and incorporate this into my soul's creative endeavors? You're mastering this realm. You're mastering the spirit and the material, and it's time to balance and incorporate those two into your new reality. We got Black Moon, Lilith, Mystery, and the World. Again, Spirit's saying it's the end to what you felt like you didn't know. All the answers come from within. This is also the end of individuals attempting to hit you while you're not looking, or while you're meant to be vulnerable or unassuming. This is the end to individuals being able to use what they're directing towards you to provoke and elongate a certain cycle. This is Spirit saying you have the key to this ending. You have the key to end this cycle, because the world is also the end of cycle. You have the key to have an entirely new experience, one that is aligned. They said in alignment pertaining to your soul contract. That is where you're meant to go instead of where you are remaining. And all of these other individuals know this too. Everybody that's been attacking you They are attempting to keep you from acknowledging acknowledging what comes with your soul contract and taking divinely guided action to accessing it, to stepping into it, to becoming it, to living it. And we got sacrifice at the bottom of the deck, but it came with Jupiter return benefits. Every sacrifice these individuals do on you, it benefits you. You get benefits. There are blessings that come through. These individuals are only literally promoting you. They're only energetically they're only energetically, spiritually, and physically promoting you. That's all they're doing. Your ops are your biggest supporters. We got Funhouse, creativity. Alchemize this energy, I feel creative. We got Cancer, I feel, and then 5th house, creativity. I feel creative. Alchemize this energy into a creative endeavor, because you never know. That might be a $1 million idea that you act upon. Content that you create because you've been inspired that goes viral. A part of your testimony that you were guided to write a book about that all of a sudden starts taking off. Things like this. And again, it's not about the monetary means, but it's about how many lives you impact with how you alchemize this energy. And your knowing of your soul contract. You know you were put here for big things. You wouldn't be up against big opposition if you weren't a big energy. You are a chosen child of the Most High. You got a big testimony, you have a big prophecy over your life, and you have big energy. This is about recognizing that none of these entities, not even Lucifer, could defeat Archangel Michael. None of these entities, none of these beings, none of this spell work could combat the Most High. You are a drop of the divine. You are a direct extension to the Most High. All of this was for your understanding of the power that you hold and how you could use the energy directed towards you to pull in new timelines, to open doors that these individuals wouldn't have access to. You are an infinite, limitless vortex of transmutation and alchemization. You are a co-creative, divine, ethereal, celestial sergeant. And there, you have so much potential. It's really up to you whether or not you step into it. That you see this potential that you hold and you take action, divinely guided action, to be productive and proactive upon your purpose. Seeing this potential in yourself and going, I'm going to make it. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to live the best life. I'm not going to seek outside of myself for answers on how to live my life. I'm going to be open and receptive to what resonates. I'm going to be open and receptive to what verifies this experience, but I'm not going to seek outside of self on how to live my experience. I have escaped. I have escaped. That literally, Taurus energy, I have escaped with faith and soul. This is Spirit saying, you have moved out of this level. Or you're about to with this understanding, because you have your soul. You have faith. And you're in alignment with what you're meant to be doing and how you're meant to see this realm. Spirit's saying, trust your faith. Trust your soul. Trust your calling. Trust why you came here. You will continuously escape any trap set for you. It has been spoken. Any trap set for you, these individuals will fall into. Psalms 35. You were born to escape. You were born to transcend. You were born to be your best. You were born to live your best. You were born to give the world the best of you. And what I mean by that is like you accomplishing your soul's contract here with the amount of opposition you had is literally showing the ethers and showing this realm that you are at your peak self. You believe in yourself. This is not about becoming your best self. This is about acknowledging you are your best self. This is about acknowledging that everything that comes with your best self you are deserving of. And everything that tries to demote you, anything that tries to destroy you will only add to you being your best self. You're an angel. You're a divinity. You are here to show this realm, this world, your best self. It's not about becoming it. It's about acknowledging it. You've always been this. Stepping into the soul contract of your best self with the acknowledgement that you are your best self. or you wouldn't have that soul contract. You wouldn't have this destiny. It's a big destiny. It's a big destiny because you're a big energy. Stop doubting you. Libra, I balance energy. I balance everything that comes my way. I use it for the benefit of progress. I use it for the benefit of balance. I use it for the benefit of justice. And again, not benefiting you, but the benefit to all. The benefit of what comes with you accomplishing this and recognizing that you can and you will. Exactly. You defeat all demons. You defeat all obstacles, all illusionary obstacles. And you're no longer rooted in any type of cycle of believing that these entities are, believing that these entities can keep you in a certain position, or that you consistently have to address them in a certain way to where you are perceiving them as powerful, because they are not. They are distractions. It is a cycle. That's all this is. If you think about it, like I said, we're all connected. We are all connected. We are all one. We are all drops of the divine. We are all Elohim, the Most High, having an experience through us. So therefore, we are all each other. You think about it like that. Even these lower vibrational energies, it's a lower vibrational version of what we would have been if we had gone dark. It's all us. And for those of you this message is for, you'll understand that. Everything is us. We are literally God in this realm, having an experience. As an extension to the Most High, we are the eye of Him. That's why the Most High had me change my name to Eye of Him. Eye of Him. Eye of Him. The Most High is having an experience through each and every one of us, and that is why our experience was meant to be unique. God is living these experiences through each and every one of us. To have these experiences through each and every one of us. To be able to experience these experiences and these trials and tribulations through each and every one of us. Exactly, a reflection of Him. We are His eyes, exactly. Everything we experience, Source is experiencing through us. With us being here, having these experiences. And this planet was always about evolution, advancement. Seeing how far its evolution and advancement could go. Seeing how humanity would move with its differing expansive experiences, with the programs of limitation and suffering. Now there are a few beings that got out of pocket and were misusing and abusing these programs in order to enslave the masses to keep progress from happening. But those limitations are broken through with the power of you stepping into the power of your own mind and controlling your own mind and emotions. So again, even these individuals here, the lower vibrational collective is just a reflection of our shadow self that was not acknowledged and healed. And when you see it as that, you realize that there is nothing that can be directed towards you that you can't overcome, because it all is you. You've been everything. You've lived every reincarnation. You lived every life as everything. You know everything. Just the things being directed towards you is activating that sleeper state of what you know. Where that portion of you in this lifetime hasn't been activated, but you have been it, you've experienced it, you've had it. So nothing that has come up against you, anything that has come up against you is nothing that you haven't been, and nothing that you haven't experienced, and nothing that you don't know. We are everything. We are all connected. And this is why you should hold no fear of the spiritual warfare waged on you. Because you are peace, you are war. You've been an angel, you've been a demon. You've been a high priest, you've been a dark high priest. You've been a high priestess, you've been a dark high priestess. You've been a starseed, you've been a celestial being, like celestial being, starseed, angel. You've been a frog, you've been a fish. You've been an ant, you've been a dog. Like, you've been a cat, you've been black, you've been white, you've been Asian, you've been Japanese, you've been Mexican, you've been everything. You have lived every lifetime as everything. You have been everything, which is why we are being asked not to limit ourselves to one reincarnation, not limit ourselves to what comes with that one reincarnation, because of all that you have been and all that is being activated pertaining to this reincarnation cycle that is necessary for your evolution and your understanding of why you have reincarnated within this lifetime and what you were meant to do. You've been everything. And what is necessary is being activated with why you came here. So, this is the divine saying, and the Most High saying, understand that anything directed towards you, you have been before. Anything being directed towards you, you have experienced before. And it is only activating you into the previous understanding of that experience, so that you can integrate that in a high vibrational way, this experience. Or you can have that gift from a previous reincarnation activated in this one, where it is necessary. This is why you shouldn't limit yourself to just being a starseed. You shouldn't limit yourself to just being an angel. You shouldn't limit yourself to just being a high priest or a high priestess. You've been all. You've been everything. And this is why for many of you, it's your last reincarnation cycle. Because you're doing this lifetime, Spirit has already showed you this reincarnation cycle. And the war that would be completed with this understanding. You were brought through this lifetime, and this may be the last reincarnation cycle for you, because you completed what you came here to do. This was the last you that you were meant to be. This was the last experience you were meant to have, with the way that it was set up. Very intricate, kind of like a game of puzzle. Not just puzzle, but what was it? Y'all know those like murder mysteries and shit? Like that. Piecing together everything that needed to be pieced together for this lifetime. It's what your soul signed up for. And not just in your own experience, but humanity. All of the understanding being incorporated at this last level of the game. This last reincarnation cycle is the last level of your game in this process. Exactly. Like Tetris. Like Clue. Yes. It's like all of it. All of it. Jumanji, Squid Games, Hunger Games, John Wick, John Constantine, all of it. But it was about every experience and how it would activate a previous memory, a previous soul level DNA activation memory necessary for this lifetime, and how strategic you would need to be in this lifetime, and what your soul would be doing. Yeah, it was all a part of the plot. And what your soul would be doing with the information activated. And with the type of progress that would be made on this planet. Getting out of the matrix, exactly. But it goes even far beyond that. Which, we'll get into that, possibly over on TikTok. But I'm going to end this reading right here, you guys. We got 444 likes in here. That is confirmation. 444 likes in here. And I know this was a bit of a deeper message, but this is the understanding that the divine needs you to have. And what you're allowing to be a part of your experience with your own perception and your energy watering those perceptions. Those perceptions are seeds. And the more that you direct your energy towards these certain perceptions, the more you water them. And the more they grow in your reality. And some of these perceptions were implanted by entity plants. Implanted by entities placed in certain positions in order to keep you from moving further into your soul contract. So that you would have to have yet another reincarnation cycle here in order to complete this soul contract. And we're not doing that. I don't know about y'all. I'm not coming here again. I'm not doing it again. This is my last life here. So pay attention. Heed higher wisdom. Heed the messages you receive from your higher self and the Most High. And know that individuals that have been misleading or attempting to intentionally mislead those for a higher purpose, mislead those with a higher purpose for their own agenda and gain, are being removed, are being exposed. No matter what industry they're in, no matter what business they're in, no matter what position they're in. You're seeing what you need to see. Relax, calm your anxiety, and get grounded. You're only feeling the shift, and you're feeling the next level that you have elevated into. So again, be aware of what seeds you're planting and what you're watering with your attention and your energy. And I will leave it at that. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I honor you. And I will see you again, if not over on TikTok in like 30 minutes. Then again, back over here tomorrow. So until then, remain peaceful, unconditionally loving, stand united, and remain respectful unless disrespected. Then check with the Most High and check your motherfucking self before you check a motherfucker with grace. And like Jase would say, XXX Tentacion, if anybody tells you to lay down, run them the fuck over. But not with your car. Vroom, vroom. With your energy. Because we have nothing to prove. Our energy obviously does it for us. And last but most definitely not least, drink your motherfucking water. Remain grounded, stay balanced, and remember who the fuck you are. A powerful, God-ordained, chosen, co-creative being that was reincarnated in this realm to make massive changes and complete their soul contract. And only you and God truly know what that is. So listen to your higher self. Listen to your soul's calling. And continue to answer that call. And of course, listen to the Most High and where you're being guided. Don't lose faith. Believe in your motherfucking self. You came here for a reason, and it's not to maintain cycles that are not elevating you. It was for so much more. God saw your potential, God knows your potential, and knows that you will accomplish everything that you came for in this realm. Came to accomplish and came for. Everything you reincarnated for, you're accomplishing. And His will be done. The Most High's will be done through you, and it is. So be proud of yourself and recognize the power you hold. You're incredible, and you're incredibly powerful, as well as a master manifester and alchemist. Alchemize this into something incredible. Art, creative soul expression. And don't doubt your potential. You want to do something like sing, dance, rap, create content, stop doubting your motherfucking self. There's a reason you have that desire in your soul. Write a book, poetry, whatever it is that you keep doubting yourself in. You were put here and you were given that desire for a reason. Stop fearing success. Allow it. I love you guys. And until next time, bye.